Hey there, enthusiasts and woodworking aficionados. Welcome to our channel, where we dive into the world of tools and techniques that can elevate your projects to the next level. Today, we're shining a spotlight on one of the most essential tools in any woodworker's arsenal, the circular saw. There you go. Those are my top 5 picks for the best circular saw, each with different characteristics. To help you make informed and perfect decisions, I did extensive research, read tons of reviews, and compiled a list of the best circular saw from reputable brands. After much research, I found these very helpful for people like you. If you want to check the prices and other details, be sure to look in the description box. So let's go to over top 5 product reviews. First up, we have the Dewalt DCS 391B. This circular saw outranks the competition easily. It is an all-rounded power tool with a low-scale RPM. Dewalt didn't focus on speed only. Instead, the company tried to amalgamate precision and speed to help achieve the desired results. A lot of saws that I find out there are usually focused on XXX amount of blade RPM. Yeah, it's cool, but can the saw actually cut anything other than thin sheets of plywood? RPM won't matter if the blade's not getting enough battery juice, so on and so forth. The Dewalt DCS 391B is not the perfect or the ultimate circular saw for that matter. We will get into more details as we move along in this review. For now, you should know that Dewalt is our preferred circular saw for a long range of in-house and on-site tasks. By the way, the Milwaukee Bear Tool circular saw had a few close run-ins with Dewalt. If you want to buy a Milwaukee Power saw instead of this one, I wouldn't hold it against you. Let's start from all of the top 7 contenders and see how they pile up against one another in this power saw review. We'll go through Dewalt DCS 391B as well. Next on our list is the SKIL 528001 15-amp 7/1/4 inch circular saw with single beam laser guide. SKIL is a household name among circular saw loyalists who have known the company for several years now. I have repeatedly mentioned this fact in my review series that this company is owned by Bosch. SKIL produces high-quality products with just as much dependability as you dote on Bosch. However, there is one major flaw in play. Both Bosch and SKIL release their own versions of circular saws. If SKIL and Bosch go hand in hand behind the scenes, we certainly don't see the similarity in their respective brand of circular saws or other power tools for that matter. Also, when SKIL releases something, it deliberately misses a few features that are introduced in the upcoming model of Bosch circular saw series. The same concept applies to Bosch too. Therefore, when you are considering buying a SKIL circular saw or Bosch's products, do get your priorities straight. If you know what you want, you will end up with a genuinely interesting circular saw. As far as the SKIL 528001 model is concerned, this one upsells for a number of reasons. I like to think that the laser guide is one of them because it projects a straight line beam across the entire length of the cut material. Coming in at number 3 is the Makita XSS02Z18 VLXT Lithium Ion Cordless Circular Saw. If I had to choose between Makita and Dewalt, I'd have a tough time. We had the same issue choosing between these two brands when we had to decide on the best cordless drill. Also, the Makita XSS02Z circular saw is just as good as Dewalt, except for a few exceptions. However, this particular model is a legend in its own league, and therefore can't be left out of the saw review. Eventually, it is a matter of preference because some guys prefer Makita over other brands. Makita XSS02Z18V has the blade on the right side. Since the majority of the people like their blades on the left side, as they are right-handed, Makita may not be a first priority on their list. At a staggering 11 lbs. The idea of going cordless is to get rid of power cords and the extra baggage. Makita could have shaved off a pound or two by using lighter material, but unfortunately they couldn't do it. The XSS02Z18V model demonstrates craftsmanship and satisfaction on a general. At number 4, we have the Bosch CSW4171 1-4 inch worm drive circular saw. The biggest, most badass, and meanest circular saw in this entire lineup is the Bosch CSW4171 1/2 inch worm drive saw. If you heard about the business in the front and party in the back analogy, it fits perfectly with this model. How so? To start off, this is a worm drive saw. Secondly, worm drive saws were the earliest saws in the industry. They are heavy and are by far the most expensive saws which professionals and use on a variety of projects. People who want quick results with unparalleled cutting depth capacity rely on these saws. It also means that the Bosch CSW41 is heavy, it requires both hands to operate, and there is a ball bearing mechanism in it that needs its own maintenance. Last, number 5, Black & Decker BDECS 300C 13 amp circular saw with laser. Spick and Span Black & Decker is a homemade brand for nannies, proud moms, and hardy construction fellas in the industry. The company literally caters to the needs of millions of admirers all over the world. That being said, there is an exception to the popularity of their products. They are not very durable from a long-term perspective. Now I am not just talking about the Black & Decker BDECS 300C 13 amp circular saw. Take their other products. Hold them up and feel them in your hands. Also, a dead power tool is not a good power tool. Not to mention the fact that low-quality power tools are a serious hazard to the human health factor. We are looking at a bit of a gamble here. The B&DBD-ECS 300C 13 amp circular saw is perhaps liked due to the laser beam projector. The laser beam not only runs the entire length of a plank, but I witnessed the far end of the beam thinning into the other corner of the room. Talk about making a straight cut line with this circular saw over any distance, and you got it. That's all from my end. I make helpful videos, so do subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you need more information or if you want to know the product's price, do check out my description. For any kind of problem, please comment below. Stay updated with our cool products, as it will make